We were working the 3XK serial murders last year. We had a suspect in custody who had given us a full confession, at which time Castle and I went to the motel.
Castle was with you?
Yeah, the NYPD sequestered Jerry Tyson at a motel as a witness, and Castle and Ryan went over there to give him the all clear.
At which time you realized that Tyson actually was 3XK.
Yes, sir. Tyson got the drop on us and left with my gun and badge.
Look, Detective Ryan was cleared of all wrongdoing by the IAB.
I don't care whose fault it is. All I care about is mitigating the damage, which means we track down Jerry Tyson like the animal he is, and we haul him into custody.
Yes, sir.
This is the second time you've gone at the Lees with nothing. Now, Philip Lee has lawyered up, he's probably gotten rid of the gun, and he has 4 family members and various household help willing to alibi him for the time of the murder.
The cell phone puts him in the vicinity of the murder scene.
Vicinity.
Finn McQueen says.
Finn McQueen cannot testify to what happened, Castle. He wasn't there. Make your case. But you do it now without harassing the Lee family.
Sir, we need to keep leaning on them. We need to keep the heat on.
No, you need to stay away, and that's an order.
So what? We just write the name of Jane's killer in a file and we let him walk free? That makes us clerks, not cops.
Take the rest of the day off, Ryan. You need to clear your head.
You guys took a hell of a chance.
Beckett, you're starting to sound like a boss.
Just let me know next time so I can help.
Detective Ryan, there's someone here to see you. Beckett.
Oh, great. What'd you do now?
Detective, I believe you've met Serena Kay.
Hello again.
What are you doing here?
Miss Kay has presented me with a very compelling proposal.
Yeah, I am familiar with her proposal.
Difference is, I like what I heard.
Captain Gates,
She has expertise which she can bring to bear as a consultant on this case,
sir, I prefer working with my team.
which includes a consultant with no expertise at anything. Serena will be a value add for a change.
I look forward to working with you.
She's in on it?
We're not exactly sure, sir, but the evidence suggests
I want her in custody, Detective, now.
our case is circumstantial.
Get something concrete. I will not have this department publicly humiliated.
Yes, sir. So where's she now?
Detective Beckett,
At her hotel.
I just received a call from the mayor of Atlantic City. Mr. Siegel's death is front page news. They're asking about suspects.
Yes, sir, so are we.
Well, how about the property? He asked his ex to sign over to him. Anything on that?
Just that the victim purchased it a year and a half ago and paid cash for the full amount.
Yeah, the real estate agent was surprised anyone bought it. Had been on the market for quite a while.
Just got the phone with Sam Siegel's office. Apparently, he didn't leave Atlantic City alone last night.
There was no indication of a passenger in his car.
Not a passenger, a driver. Around 6:30, one of Sam's regular drivers, Ralph Marino, picked him up in front of the casino and drove him to New York City.
And where is he now?
No one knows. He didn't show up for work today.
Which means he's either floating in the Hudson.
Or he's involved.
Well, what do we know about Mr. Marino?
Well, he's no Boy Scout, that's for sure. Background check shows felony racketeering and assault charges.
Put out an all points on Ralph Marino. I'll have our brethren in Atlantic City do the same. You boys head down to Atlantic City to Siegel's Casino. Talk to Marino's friends and co-workers and see if any of them can shine some light on his whereabouts. Meanwhile, Beckett, you run point from here, get Eunice canvassing for Marino, and figure out why in the hell Siegel was so desperate to get control over that property in Queens.
Yes, sir. Come on, Castle.
Oh, Captain Gates said the boys are going to Atlantic City.
Yeah, I don't think she meant you.
Actually, that's my call. You with them. Besides, Detective, I'm looking forward to seeing what you can do without him.
Well? No luck so far on Marino. ACPD said that he's not at his apartment. Nothing turned up on the campus.
What about the building in Queens?
Well, online search shows that there's no liens or lawsuits, so there doesn't seem to be anything unusual about it.
Keep digging. Look, Detective, I know you're probably thinking that I have you here as some kind of punishment. You're a good cop, but I think you can be better if you minimize the distractions. What do you think?
I think he's not stupid enough to kill Sam knowing it'll just point right back at him. So Sam drove up to New York to secure the property in Queens from his ex-wife, and then went to the docks to meet with someone.
Sounds like someone was expecting the property, and when Sam couldn't deliver, they killed him.
Why? What's so special about that property? Sir, am I interrupting?
Just running background on the tenants in the Queens building.
I think I might know why someone wanted Sam dead. According to his bank, Sam wired over $10 million out of the Sapphire's business account yesterday, wiping it clean.
10 million? Where did he transfer it to?
To an offshore account in the Caymans. So the boys checked security footage and they said that Charlie was on the casino floor the whole night.
He could have paid someone.
Yeah, but why would he kill Sam before he got his money? And if Sam actually stole something, why wasn't he on a plane to Barbados? Why was he wasting his time coming up to New York?
And how is all this connected to the property in Queens?
I think we're missing something. There's some piece of the puzzle that'll help make all of Sam's seemingly random actions make sense. Actually, that's something that Castle's pretty good at. Taking a look at what we have and then helping to find that piece.
Mr. Castle likes to throw a whole lot of crazy theories against the wall. Real detectives don't have that luxury. It's our job to look at the facts. The bank report indicates that Sam moved the money at 9:47 a.m. via electronic transfer on their website. Now, if we can find out who Sam talked to or met with right before that, we could maybe figure out what's going on.
9:47?
Yes.
Sam's assistant has him at a massage.
Wait a minute, did you say her name was Nadine Espinoza?
Yeah, the concierge. Does that name mean anything to you?
Espinoza is the last name of one of the tenants in Sam's building in Queens. Teresa and Juan. They run the bodega on the ground floor, and they have a daughter named Nadine.
That's our connection.
Ryan, bring her in. I've asked the DA to look into the mitigating circumstances. They'll take her situation into account when they offer her a plea.
Thank you for your help on this one.
I enjoy checking out the view from the trenches once in a while.
Yeah, well, it helps to be surrounded by a good team.
You mean Castle?
You said it, not me.
He's not a cop.
Yeah, but that's what makes him so good.
Oh, speaking of which, where are they?
I gave them the afternoon off. Apparently Ryan got stuck with an underage best man, so the boys are giving him the unofficial bachelor party.
I trust you'll edit their side of the investigation in the report. We have a gunman terrorizing this city. 2 victims in 24 hours. We don't know who he is or why he shot those folks. Detective Ryan, what do we know about the second victim?
Henry Wyatt was a litigation partner at a law firm 2 blocks from where he was shot. According to his secretary, he liked to walk, which means there was a predictable routine, just like Sarah Vasquez.
Which doesn't mean they were targeted. After all, most New Yorkers follow routines. Esposito, have we learned where they were shot from?
We've got teams sweeping buildings near both crime scenes, and so far we've come up empty.
We need to find our shooter.
No, it's just a startled response. It could happen to anyone.
Yeah, well, not anyone.
No, I'm just saying.
You just don't.
Detective Beckett, where are we on Henry White and Sarah Vasquez?
I'm sorry?
On links between the victims?
We're still checking, but they don't live or work in the same area, and it doesn't seem like they have anyone in common. In fact, we haven't really found any connections between the 2 of them yet.
We'll keep looking. We know he has training, a specific skill set. Now, every branch in the military has snipers, so do law enforcement agencies.
Talking about close to 1,000 qualified shooters.
The fact is, everyone in this city is a potential target. Let's get it done, people. Ford's not our man. His alibis for both shootings are solid.
Are you sure?
I think I know how to check an alibi, detective.
Well, if he's not our man, how the hell did his fingerprint get on that shell casing?
Could be a reload. It's easy enough to load a new bullet into an empty shell casing like the one we found. All you need is the right equipment.
Which means our sniper is a client at Ford shooting range.
Go back in there and get his help.
DNA on the moleskin was a bust.
Ryan, you got results?
There were no matches in the CODIS database. The best the lab was able to do was DNA phenotyping. They say they think our sniper is a male with light hair and brown eyes, but that still leaves us with over 200 suspects on our list.
I wouldn't cut down the list yet. Given what we went through with the shell casing, there's a chance the moleskin's not even his.
I know what the paper dolls mean.
Mr. Castle, now is not the time for your theatrics.
Captain, just listen. The paper dolls are predictive. The dolls are cut out of paintings that literally tell us the location of the next target. The one that we found at the first shooting, it comes from a painting called The Persecution of Kings.
Henry Wyatt was killed on King Street.
Exactly. The one we found in the hide of the second shooting, that's from a painting called The Fall from Grace.
There's a Grace Avenue in the Bronx.
Grace Church is on 10th Street and 4th Avenue.
And there's about a dozen other possibilities. If we can narrow it down, we might be able to stop him before we can.
Any idea why the sniper targeted Emily Reese?
Not yet. She was a VP at a telecom company, single, just bought an apartment on West 96. No known connections to the other Vics, but we do know he was following her.
Castle, what do you have?
You're looking at a video taken from Emily's lobby yesterday at 1:40. That's 4 hours after he shot Wyatt. There's Emily getting into the elevator.
There he is. That's our guy.
Yeah, unfortunately, we still can't see his face.
What is he waiting for?
He's watching to see what floor she'd get off on. He knew exactly where she was going to be. It's a miracle Emily's not dead.
It's not a miracle. It's poor planning. Turns out our sniper used the wrong ammo. The .168 grain loses stability when it goes through glass. The .165 is designed for that kind of shot. He didn't know that, which means he has less experience than we thought.
Okay, we need to go back to the suspect list, cross off all law enforcement shooters and any combat vets with urban experience.
Is it just me? Or is his coffee cup identical to Emily's?
Same logo. It's from the same shop.
Zoom in on that.
Cafe Primo. Must have followed her from there. If he's a customer, maybe someone can ID him.
There's only one Cafe Primo. It's on 47th Street, 2 blocks from the Grace Point Tower where Emily worked.
Okay, we need to find out if any of the other victims have a connection to that shop. Where's Beckett?
She's running down a lead.
That coffee shop may be the key. Sarah Vasquez lived 6 blocks from the Grace Point Tower. She had a receipt in her wallet from Cafe Primo dated 3 days ago.
What about Henry Wyatt?
Wyatt's therapist has an office right across the street from the coffee shop. They had a session 2 days before he was killed.
That shop's got to be ground zero where he selected his victims. Get the hell down there and get me an ID. The clock's ticking on his next victim.
He's 38 years old. He did a year in the Marines before losing his right leg in a hit-and-run motorcycle accident.
Never caught the driver of the car, and Lee was given honorable discharge.
And according to his counselor, Lee went into a deep depression, turned his anger against the world.
He took a string of low-paying jobs, including a stint as a security guard for the Metropolitan Museum of Art, where his former boss said he spent a lot of time in the Old Masters section, home of Caravaggio and Petrosano.
All right, I'm releasing Lee's photo and bio to the media. Within the hour, every person in New York will know who he is.
Wait, sir, are you sure that's a good idea? If he knows that we're closing in, that might trigger another shooting.
We need to risk it. We put his face out there, it could give us a lead on his whereabouts. What do we know about his family?
Lee has a sister in Queens. Esposito's tracking him down right now.
Patrol unit found Lee's car. These were in the trunk.
Any sign of the gun?
No.
All right, listen up. I want all units on tactical alert. Lee Travis is out there right now with his weapon, intending to kill multiple victims. And given that the first 3 were shot in the morning, we don't have a lot of time.
I got it!
You know where he cut the chain of dolls from?
Convinced him to let me into the museum early. I compared the dolls to all the paintings in their collection. It's called Lions in the Meadow.
The only meadow I know of in New York is in Central Park.
We should assume that Travis is already in position. If we start clearing the park, he might start firing.
Whoever these dozen victims are, he's targeting them for the same reason he went after the others, so we can assume they're all part of the same group.
Beckett, take everyone we can spare, head for the park. I want you in place and ready to move when we figure this out. Ryan, get on the phone to the Parks Department. Find out what they have scheduled there this morning.
All that tree cover is going to make it hard for him to target any large area of the park.
Most of the buildings on the east and west sides of the park are high-end apartments with doormen.
Which means he would have to shoot from the south end of the park.
Just got off the phone with the Parks Department. There's over a dozen events planned in Central Park today.
Anything on the south end?
Nature Sanctuary Tour and celebration for Western High School. Their track team just won the state championship. They should be on their way into the park right now.
Wait. Western High School, it's 3 blocks away from the coffee shop. Their team's called the Lions.
Lee must have heard one of the parents or students boasting about winning that meet. How'd they get into the park?
Coming in by bus.
I'll call ESU. Ryan, you need to stop that bus.